Battlefield 2042, a game that tried something new and ended up reverting back to its old ways because it backfired hard. Released in 2021, Battlefield 2042, that is a lot of numbers, was surrounded by excitement and bursting with anticipation, promising a new take on the Battlefield formula with its incredible trailers, showcasing a bombastic display of a futuristic approach, and then we got this game. Wow. It was not at all what the players imagined when comparing it to the trailers. Well, that was 2021, and since then we've had some major game overhauls, improvements to performance, additional new content added in, and hotfix after hotfix applied. It seems that EA had finally taken control over the situation that was a disaster at launch, so there's that one question. Is Battlefield 2042 worth playing now? After all, it's a Battlefield game known for its intense multiplayer battles, large-scale maps, and destructible environments, giving you moments like these. So I went ahead and jumped back into Battlefield both solo and with some friends to let you know if you need to give this game another chance. First things first is, well, the entire game, the multiplayer. Yep, it's still Battlefield. From the Conquest to Rush and all of the other game modes in between, I can say that this Battlefield finally feels smooth to play in comparison from the release. I remember when the game launched and I couldn't even run the thing without constant stutters. How is the game on launch for you? Just as bad? Let me know in the comments. Because now I am quite literally sniping people with a rocket launcher. Yoink. Oh my god. It's great. Jesus Christ. So we have those classic game modes, but what else is there? We got Team Deathmatch, Control, some special modes that come and go, and Breakthrough, which was introduced in the more recent Battlefield games. Think Rush with the bomb sites, except they're now flags and you need to control all of them together before you can move up. It sort of combines Rush and Conquest together, and I found myself gravitating towards that mode most days when I booted the game up. And of course, this Battlefield wanted to have a huge display of player versus player combat with 64 versus 64 lobbies, 128 players duking it out trying to come up on top victorious. But for me, personally, I found the larger lobbies to be more chaotic and not my speed. Jesus Christ, revive me! I'm back in the game, baby. I'm back in the game. God, I don't want to be. Revive me. I'm back in the game, baby. Go figure, right? So I stuck around 32 versus 32 as it allowed me to actually think tactically and not have an additional 20 other snipers watching my every move. Then you have Hazard Zone and Portals. Hazard Zone was Battlefield's attempt at an extraction shooter game mode. It's okay. It's just very bare bones, and it felt like they were supposed to expand on this, and once they noticed that the player base didn't really care about it, they decided to abandon it for the most part. I got close to a 2-minute queue for a lobby that wasn't even full. Like, sure, you have some missions and rewards you can get for playing it, but it's just there. I can see the vision, but nothing is really enticing me to want to play this. They could have reworked it some more, but some things are just off. It feels like a tacked on game mode, probably because it was. Then you have Portals, which was a big promise to the community, showcasing what looked to be like a vanilla Forge mode for Battlefield. As it states on the website, Portal is a love letter to the most long-standing fans of the franchise. Experience the nostalgia of past Battlefield games, combined with the cutting-edge tech of Battlefield 2042 in fights where anything can happen. It's a very surface-level map editor in the sense of changing the way guns, vehicles, players, and game modes work and operate. A neat idea, taking some of the past Battlefield and bringing it into the new game and engine, but again, it's alright. I played a bit of the 1942 game mode that I hosted myself. There we go. No one joined my game, but you know what? If my friends were online, ooh baby, I'm sure they would have considered joining. Maybe. Probably not. I dumpstered the AI though. Setting up a game mode and hosting your own Portal server is actually fairly simple. You just follow the steps online and boom, you get yourself a game. I can see this being quite nice for large groups of friends or content creators. They don't have the old classic server hosting from the past Battlefield games, but I guess we have this. They show off certain game modes and a spotlight feature, and you can browse a plethora of modes created by others. There are some fun modes to join, but again, nothing is really making me want to go play that compared to the basic core multiplayer. I have all of these game modes to play, yet I still only choose one or two. Regardless, I was having some fun in the game, so naturally I needed to get my friends in on the action.
My location got exposed. I'm so dead. No shot, you revived me. There's no shot. You actually revived me. How the f did you get to me?
Oh my god, there's so many dead over here, bro.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
This is Normandy.
My friend Hippo and I literally played a match that lasted an entire hour.
There is no shot.
Oh my god, we really played that for an hour? There's no way we just played that for an hour.
Bro, my eyes hurt.
For the most part, I think it's safe to say that I was enjoying the game. The normal multiplayer seemed to finally be working. Portals is an alright time to jump in and out of the game modes that are worth it. And with the seasonal stuff they're bringing to the table, it satisfies that urge I crave when wanting a Battlefield-style game. Over the release of what some people considered its early access launch in 2021, we've seen some hefty improvements as I've mentioned before, from the gunplay to the movements and of course the performance being fixed. Alongside that, we've seen some operator reworks, map overhauls, and the addition of new weapons in some maps. I say some because they really haven't added that much when it comes to the maps for a live service game that's been out this long. And yes, I said live service. Everyone and their mother is doing this. You know, that battle pass stuff. There seems to be a proper disconnect with the community. Some are saying that the game has enough maps and content, while others are saying that there's not enough maps and content. And with my own time spent in the game, around 40 plus hours now spread across a couple of months, yes, I played this game for 3 months. Just for you. Please say thank you. I'm somewhat torn on where to side here. I haven't gotten tired of the current updated map rotation, but at the same time it would be nice to see some other maps that echoed the feeling of the past Battlefield games, and not just the Portal maps being added in the rotation, although that would be nice. They recently added the map Redacted, which seems to harness that old claustrophobic feeling that Operation Metro had in Battlefield 3. What I did notice with these newer Battlefield maps, even with the rework that they did in the past updates, which were supposed to make them feel more lived in, I just didn't get that Battlefield feeling. They feel like locations without a soul. I don't really know how to describe it without sounding like I'm reaching into a nostalgic bucket, but they just don't ooze personality. They feel hollow. Battlefield 2042 launched with 13 maps, 6 of those being for the Portal game mode. And now we have 19 maps. It's been a couple of years and we've gotten 6 new maps. I might sound old here, but that's bad, right? This is what they have added in the time since the game's release and this video being out. And while that's scrolling past the screen, now is the time to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. You got time. Now that seems like a lot of stuff that they've added, but compared to the other games in the live service field and other Battlefield games, it seems like Battlefield 2042 is lacking. Or almost like they shipped out a game that wasn't really finished and we finally left the beta stages recently, and we're finally playing the launch title we deserved. At least we have a story mode to play, right? Oh, that's inside the multiplayer lore, and they just didn't do a story mode. Got it. The game is fun, it feels great, and every time I play it, I don't have the sense or urge to hurl my mouse and keyboard through my window. I'm actually quite good at this game.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my. Jesus Christ. What is going on here? Oh my god. Revive me. Let me live. I'm alive! Oh my god, I've lived! I lived the explosions in the war!
Over the course of the 3 months of me playing, I noticed that EA was incorporating more weekly and monthly events to entice players to come back. Whether it was a holiday-themed event or a part of the seasonal updates adding in a new map or reworking an old one with the addition of some new guns in the previously mentioned Battle Pass, they were finally doing stuff to gain the player base's attention and reeling them back onto the front lines to play more. They finally found rhythm. I mean, thank goodness it took you long enough. And on the 2-year anniversary for the release of Battlefield 2042, they tweeted out this, which is nice. They finally believe that their game is ready. However, here's my question. How long will it last? Looking at the track record for most EA games and the past Battlefield games, it would seem that once the game is finally fixed and somewhat polished, they announce a new title and abandon the previous one. I mean, hell, EA and DICE fixed Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then once it was perfect, they ditched it along with a third title in the series to work on Battlefield 2042. And now we're possibly seeing the same cycle. I know the fan base and most gamers are pretty sick and tired of companies releasing a half-baked game to then spend years fixing it just to ditch it and do it again. Right now, with the rise of these other games giving players what they want, it's hard to not recognize the outstanding flaws that these monolithic AAA companies are pulling. It's honestly embarrassing. At the end of the day, I just want to sit down and play a Battlefield game for what a Battlefield game is. A game known for its intense multiplayer battles, large-scale maps, and destructible environments. As pure as it can be, while adding in some minor new gameplay loops and settings with themes appropriately attached to it as the years go on. But when you go overboard with that idea and promise a product that just isn't what was advertised to just do it over and over, never learning from the past mistakes, why even bother anymore? So, that question still remains, is Battlefield 2042 worth playing? Kinda. As it stands, this Battlefield is fun to play thanks to it practically leaving its early access stage. However, the idea that EA could ditch it at any time leaves me worried and apprehensive for its future. I want them to prove me wrong here. They seem to have some fun updates rolling out in seasonal content. It's a step in the right direction. I have put in 40+ hours and still find myself booting the game up just to listen to some music and play a couple of rounds. Am I saying to go out and buy the game for full price? No. I got the game for free from a friend. And if you can get the game for free as well, or even on a deep sale, I'd say go for it. I know there are some of you watching this and still own it, whether that be in your Steam library or in the depths of your console's storage. I didn't really sell the idea that the game was fixed. It's not. But I can tell you that it's not entirely broken anymore. If you want to play Battlefield and get that itch out of your system, it's there. Give it a shot if you can. The worst thing you can say is that you gave it another chance. They should feel lucky that we even consider doing that anymore. And speaking of giving a chance, go give my other videos a chance. Okay, bye.